Hey, what is up, everybody? Let's see. Yep. Well, I'm zoomed way out here. I was messing around with my angles. What's up, Pudgy? What's up, Large Marge? Summit Perry, Roger Hart, Rick? Yeah. How's everyone doing? I saw you guys posted some drink pics. I have a fluid forms from Jackie O's. This is going to be my one and only tonight because I'm getting up early to meet a couple of my friends who are usually viewers too for a morning beer for St. Patrick's Day. This will probably actually be a shorter stream. Well, more back to what they were originally intended before we started going till like midnight. So probably more in the hour and a half range tonight. And Thursday will be a little more back to the way we've been doing them usually. So stream elements, yeah. So yeah, to get started, yeah, I'm trying to do it again from the basement. It seems like everything's working all right. I thought I'd start off with the poll that I put on YouTube. Since I have the single speed, I put up the poll curious about like how many people had ridden single, fixed, or only geared. So we got a decent number of votes, and people said they've only ever ridden geared bikes. That was the most, 40%. People said they have ridden a single speed, was 36%. And then for fixed, I said if you've ridden a single speed and you've ridden a bike, that's a fixed gear, select fixed, and that came in at 24%. So I guess not too unexpected with those numbers, kind of about what I would have guessed. But hey, what's up, Patrick? I did see you guys posted some drink pics too. Bear with me on this computer because everything just runs slow. But oh, there we go. Whoops, wrong button. So yeah, Pudgy had a Mother Stewart's disco dancer. So yeah, I got to try some Mother Stewart's when it got sent to me. Pa- Patrick put up a cool video of pulling his beers out of a Fitzwater Photography Musette bag. Unfortunately, I can't show it. This computer will not play internet video. I've done a hard reset on it. I've checked the graphics card, no idea. This is Ben's Large Marge's haul for Mustard Seed tonight. It's got some Madcap, some North High, some Odd Side, some Wolf's Ridge. Good amount of Ohio beers in there. Said he's starting off with his odd Side, Cat in the Wall, Northeast Ohio. Where is everybody? I think we got most people are hopping in here. Got about 12 people. Some of the usual suspects. Maybe everyone's in bed early, saving their energy for tomorrow. JMZ has a what is Lilla Col Capolo Belgian style white ale. That looks more like a it says ale with passion fruit and spices. Lilla Col Capolo. That sounds more like a Hawaiian name than a Belgian name, huh? Oh, Dylan's working on his bikes with us on too. That's awesome. Let us know what you're getting up to on your bike, Dylan. If you have a hand that's not all greasy. Yeah, sounds Hawaiian, right? So what my plan was on the single speed, I don't have the bars in the frame right now. The When I put a lot of pressure on the bars, if I've pulled up to like really go up a hill, or I've come to a stop and pushed down, the bars are moving. I tightened them down as far as they will go, and I thought that helped. But then these kids actually kicked a basketball, and it was heading into Summit Lake. That lake you always see me riding by in the videos, and I like pulled up to try and catch it before it went in the lake, and my bars kind of shot up on me again. It takes a lot of pressure to make it happen, but it's still no good. So my plan was to cut a piece of a beer can and shim it if I could get it in there, because it seems like there's not much room, but it's too much. And so I've used a beer can to shim out a seat post on my old Peugeot, and I've put 4,000 miles on that with that in there, and it's never slipped. So I think it'll work. If anyone thinks there's a reason this is a bad idea, let me know. But if it holds up my weight, I got to imagine it would lock those handlebars in a little more. Oh, Dylan said he's retaping his rims and swapping sealant. Glad he checked bone dry. So, yeah, I had one before Road Apple. Large Marge checked mine. One was pretty dry. The other one was fine. But one tire was about twice as old as the other one. So my front one has stayed on. Well, my rear one's been changed out, which is kind of typical. So need to get my bars knurled. I think the bars do have, if that's what you mean, it doesn't knurled. Isn't that like the little grooves in there? It has them in there. So I don't know. It seems like everything's the right size. It doesn't seem like they're, because I've definitely had combinations of like Italian bars and, you know, I don't know what the name of like the stem clamp bolt standards are, but I know when I had like a set of, I had a 3T stem actually on the bike I was riding today. If you saw on Instagram, my old Riviera, that the 3T stem and the, or it was some LA bars I tried to put on, but it didn't work. And then when I used the 3T stem, it did work. So all those little nuances of old bars and stuff like that, I've noticed when they don't work. But this one sure seems like they're the right thing, but they're still slipping. I did say, Jamsey, I did save the basketball. Um, I was able to catch it with my front tire. And then at the last moment, I was worried that I was going to flip myself trying to protect this basketball from going into the lake. But yeah, I did help those kids out. So are you guys talking about? Wait, where did that? Oh, hey, what's up, William? Didn't see you there. Oh, I missed a few of you guys. Your parents are. Oh, your parents are directly Irish, Pudgy, huh? Patrick, I don't think that's surprising. Irish grandmothers are tough chicks. Yeah, so see if I can make this work. I just did have a razor here to try and make the initial cut. Then I have some tin snips. I also want to make sure I have nothing hanging out the side so I don't cut my hand. There's a little bit coming out of the seat tube on my Peugeot, and if anyone's ever messed with it or any, I know it's there, but if anyone's ever messed around, I always warn people to watch their fingers around that just in case. Do you? So do any of you Irish guys? Do you guys take off St. Patrick's Day? I work so many weekends being a photographer and videographer and stuff like that that I don't. I almost never work on St. Patrick's Day. Like this week, I didn't schedule anything. The video projects I had today, I'll answer emails when I'm out and about tomorrow. And I'm probably going to be in, you know, I'm only going to do, we're meeting outdoors. I'm bringing some beers with me. And I'll check out some patio situations. We're so close to being able to get the vaccine here in Ohio. I'm not going to get myself sick at the last moment just to go out on St. Patrick's Day. But yeah, I don't work. That's one of the things of benefits of working for myself. So disco dancer is a lot like the Great Lakes with the spaceship on the label. Oh yeah, which one is that? Rick gets circumcised every St. Patrick's Day. What's the holiday the day after? I know there's a joke in there that I'm totally missing. Okay, Rick didn't get the joke either, so I'm not the only one. I have never... Not water. I rinse this can with hot water. I have like never understood tin snips. They never work for me. There's a technique, and I've even watched it on YouTube, and they drive me crazy. They just like smash the can. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So if we got a tin snips expert here, let me know. I should have pulled the label off first too. Oh, it's your birthday the day after. Nice. Okay, what's Ben's joke? I'm missing the ASMR can cutting. I could, you know, see it. Angle that down a little. Angle it down. No. Tin snip should be pointed up. Okay. I'll try that out. Yeah, I've so rarely needed to use them, but every time I try and cut something with tin snips, I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Yeah, so these are the ones, well, you know what, I could actually show them closer here. This is the style these are. I should move slowly with this horrible webcam. So if that means anything to anyone, let me know, and maybe I could finally learn something. Yeah, last year, so with, Ohio went into our lockdown 2 days before. We never had a lockdown. We had stay-at-home orders, and a lot of like bars and restaurants got closed. We never had a true lockdown. But no one was getting, we weren't getting. If you went out on the road, you weren't getting pulled over. But traffic was definitely way down because there wasn't many places to go. But so, with nothing being open for St. Patrick's Day, me, Large Marge, and Bob Darrow, who he's in the chat sometimes, but even when he's not, he's usually watching along, or he watches the next day, I think, because he gets up for work early. So, the three of us just met out at that bridge that you see in all my photos and all my videos where we hang out at, which I started over the summer calling the COVID Bridge, because it just became our way to get together, social distance. We all could ride up from wherever we were. So now that's kind of, I think, a new tradition will be for us to meet out there. Our friend Kenny, whose brewery Missing Falls, who last week dropped off the crowler and the beer mug for me, they're doing St. Patrick's Day breakfast. They have a patio and stuff like that, so I think I'm going to go and get breakfast there, and I'll just scope it out and socially distance as I feel I need to. So, what's up, Less Than Rocket Science? Oh, Pudgy sent you some tubeless stems and such? Oh, nice. Less Than Rocket Science says the can is too thin. Just use skizzers. Oh. Maybe you're right. I mean, I'm cutting it with a dull razor blade, so maybe I would just be better off using scissors. Right. Oh, you think the bolts on the snips might be too loose? Will that focus? No, it's kind of... I don't think so, but... Summit agrees with the scissors, and I already agree with the scissors idea. Let me grab scissors real quick. Oh yeah, I can't play even a video in the background with this. This I already said that. Yeah, this laptop won't play internet video. I have no idea what's going on with the graphics card. I'm watching myself in video right now. It just won't play from the internet, the HTML5 or whatever it may be. Do I have scissors over here? Nah, but I got something real close, so. I should say I have some real close. My mom would be mad at me for that grammar. Oh, yeah. Nope. This is yeah, no problem with the scissors. It'll play the... So, well, one, I haven't loaded the pedal brake video onto this computer, but I do have the thank you members on here. It'll play that because that's playing... Those videos are playing directly off my hard drive. So when I like change the scene to that, that's just like the intro, the outro, the pedal break, the members video. Those are videos that are playing directly from the hard drive, but I just can't play stuff that is on YouTube. Like, so right now I could see myself in my software, but if I flip over to the screen that YouTube shows me the behind the scenes of streaming, I can't, it's just green. Nothing comes up there. So I could just tell because YouTube is saying the stream health is good. So I know it's working, and you guys would tell me if it wasn't. Yeah, sorry, I forgot, I ran out of time because what I do is any video that I use upstairs that I want to have down here, I upload it to my cloud storage, then download it onto this computer. By the time I put the new members video on and remembered that I didn't have the pedal brake on here, I was too close to having to start this. And I didn't want to have that downloading because it would suck up all the bandwidth. Sorry for that horrible noise. Yeah, this is going to be the way to go. I'm glad you guys said that because I hate tin snips, and you're right, this is thin enough. Before I get into measuring and cutting this, the other thing that I got that, if you saw the thumbnail, is the... so these are... My friend Woody has started this company, or... Let me get this, called Roached Clips. And I do have the website. I'll drop the link too. And so this is the original product, the OG, I think he calls it. So it is a roach clip valve stem cap. Then he's got the, so if you have Presta or Schrader, you could use either one. And then he started doing the dice, and I figured with the blue bike and everything being blue on the bike, that would be perfect. But he does do other colors. So these are some red ones, like for another bike, maybe my Rally. But yeah, so I thought those would be perfect on here. Actually, I could... Where are they? Let me drop that link in case you're interested. There's his website. There we go. Link is in the chat, so. Even though for me it dropped it like 10 minutes ago. Let's see what that if that worked. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So yeah, let's see what he had some t-shirts, but yeah, he sold those out. Yeah, so the calls them the craps caps press to valve 420. The OG costs 420. The adapters, and then he has the ones for the not for your bike, the high rollers that you could set on your, I guess, table. Recommended for kids 21 and older. Definitely for bug collecting enthusiasts. But yeah, so that's Woody is. I've talked about him on here, but Woody is how I met Large Marge. So when it was just me and my buddy Wes riding on Wednesday nights, then Woody started riding with us. Then Woody introduced us to Large Marge. So Woody has a couple kids and he's in school and has a couple jobs. So only get out with him a couple times a year now. But yeah, the Roach graphic is if you're not following Burrito Breath, follow Burrito Breath on Instagram. I think I could pull him up too. I believe he did the logos, but he did even that beer can that Ben had. The ones that Ben is usually drinking are done by the same artist. Let's see, so many buttons. Yeah, so that Death Save is Burrito Breath as well. He does the labels for Madcap, and yeah, his stuff is just cool. You like the way I say piddle, like it's the most normal. Like I said, I had never used the word piddle to mean that until Pudgy started saying it for. Oh yeah, let's. I do have it on here. So yeah, this is burrito breast stuff. I have a few of his stickers. I know Large Marge has a few, but then it looks like he does a bunch of. He sells some direct artwork, but then he does a bunch of client work as well. Yeah, like there's some more of the beer cans for Madcap. And, oh yeah, he did the new Nodis skateboard, which is nuts. I remember seeing his skateboards when we were growing up. William LeBron said when he was a kid he had dice on all his BMX bikes. I think we were chatting about that on Instagram, weren't we? And me and Patrick were making some jokes, some gambling jokes, riding gambling jokes. So I like this shirt. There we go. Just slow. I think Large Marge has this one. I think he was wearing it on Ohio Dairy last year. Yeah, I got stoned and I missed it. This computer's too slow. It drives me nuts. Oh yeah, this kind of thing he does too is just great. So yeah, check that out. I'll drop his link. He's a cyclist too, Burrito Breath. Phil guy. He bought. Oh, Patrick, you like this? He bought Otis's Rivendell, which is what was that Large Marge? The Rodini? No, Sam Hilborn. So he actually Burrito Breath rides a Sam Hilborn now. Last time I saw him, we were kind of joking around because we were both riding Otis's bike. We had them chained up next to each other at our friend Micah, who's been in here, another cyclist art exhibition. Was that before? Is it that long ago? Before COVID? I see them out on the trail, him and his girlfriend out on the trail sometimes. But yeah, I guess now that's a year ago, summer. But yeah, so my bike was locked up here. His bike was locked up to the same pole on the other side, and we were kind of laughing that they're both Otis's old bikes. So Burrito's here in Akron, or I don't know where he lives, but he's somewhere in the vicinity. I think he's in Akron because I always see him on the trails and at the art shows and stuff like that. Oh, Patrick just got salty. Yeah, I figured he would like that, but I don't think he tags. I don't think he does that kind of thing. Actually, I've never seen any stuff like that that I thought was his. So trying to remember. I'm trying to think if I have any pictures of burrito breast bikes anywhere that I could share. I don't think I ever did. I don't even think I have any photos of when Otis rode it. When Otis rode it, he had bars kind of like I have on this right now. He had like sweepback bars. I'm trying to remember if he put drops on it for burrito breath or not. How Large Marge said it was pre-COVID. Yeah. Yeah, we do have a lot of, you probably noticed we do have a lot of good graffiti around here. Um, who commented on someone commented on that mural out at Magic City Brewing in the last video. That's a guy called, who was it? It was on, or commented on Instagram or YouTube. Now I can't keep it all straight. But that's a guy called Monster Steve, and he's from Canton, Ohio, which is kind of the next city down the freeway from Akron of any decent size. And he does a lot of really cool stuff too. Um, Makes for great backgrounds for bike photos. But out on what we call the industrial gravel, like the one that goes through downtown, there's a bunch of bridges and old walls, and that's just loaded with graffiti. A lot of what my Instagram feed and Large Marges, when we get those cool graffiti shots, that's where it's coming from. Let's see what my size is for this. Is the bike in the no? Not far enough, huh? Kind of behind the chat, but I just wanted to get a measurement on how 1 3/4, so I want to cut it a little smaller than that. Making sure everything's still working. I saw we got Rick's drinking one of his gluten-frees, his omissions. That's the gluten-free beer I always see at the store, even around here. There's only 1 or 2 others I ever really see, but that seems to be the most dominant brand, huh? Cut a straight line first and then measure. Just try and clean this edge up a little bit. Where were all you guys during Russ's live stream on Sunday? I think it was just, what, me and Rick and JMZ in there, maybe? Maybe Roger? I can't remember. Oh, Rick asked what we're doing. I'm going to try and make a shim out of this beer can for my stem where it grabs the handlebars. My bars are slipping up and down. RIP headphone users. Let me turn it down a little. I see I am kind of going into the red. I'm going to turn down my overall volume, so if you guys need to turn yours up, do that. But so it should help at least to keep it from peaking so much. Yonda always coming in hot. Oh, nice, Rick. You got your GoPro back. Oh, what's up, C-Stan? Yeah, I was killing your ears. Sorry. I'll cut away from the microphone. I'm out of habit. I'm only thinking about what I hear, and up here I have it like this is literally the mic right here. So oh, you guys were all riding? Oh, that's right, Large Marge. I'll pull up your photos too. Large Marge did his for since he couldn't go to Mid South this year. Well, he could, but he didn't because of the situation. Did his century on his own, and it was. We talked about it in the Discord, but man, it was windy here. So yeah, you were probably back from riding, but you were again trying to cut away from the mic. But I bet you were asleep. Carbon paste it? Do I look like someone who has carbon paste? Oh yeah, Pudgy had some bike picks up too. Let's see what this looks like and see if I could get it in there, and then we'll look at some bike picks. So you could put carbon paste to hold to. That seems like it's a mess if you ever wanted. Wouldn't that be a mess if I ever wanted to take it back apart? Whoops. Turn this. Ah, Dylan did carbon paste too. Well, being that I don't have any carbon paste, I'm gonna kind of try and speak loud because I'm away from the mic. I'm sure it'll be echoey, but I'm gonna try this method and see how it works. Oh wait, I'm tightening. This is one of those times where those kind of ratcheting wrenches would come in handy. There's not room to get a socket in here, or the socket wrenches I have. But yeah, I guess it does come pretty loose, so maybe this will do the trick. Wait, did Dylan say one of his tandems? How many tandems do you have, Dylan? And why have we seen these tandems? I don't. Let me go back and see if I read that right. Drill a hole through the bar and put a bolt in it. That would work. Welded. Tandem mountain bike. Nice. Just one, you're not that crazy. There's a lot of good advice in here. A lot of good advice. I was looking at what Roger's question while I'm working. I could. Um, Roger, my advice if you really want to start filming, I obviously don't know your budget, um, but the new GoPro 9, if you sign up for their app, and I say only because in terms of cameras, this is cheap. It's only $350. It's pretty much all you need. That would be my number one recommendation. Would be getting a GoPro Hero 9. Ben has one, large Marge. I actually don't yet, but oh wow, that's too wide still. I'm gonna cut that a little narrower. But you can't beat the stabilization it has, and now with the app it comes with, you can actually. I was just watching a video on their new version of their app. It just came out today. GoPros. How many times could I say actually in one sentence? Um, so if you did pay for the, if you sign up for their web service, you get the app that can do all the editing type stuff. You wouldn't even really need to invest in all the fancy Adobe stuff right off the bat. You would be able to edit right from your phone. To me, that would be the way I would recommend someone get started. If you get something cheaper than the GoPro, if you spend less than $350, you will be spending the money for the GoPro down the road if you decide you enjoy it. So instead of throwing good money after bad, just get the right thing right up front, in my opinion. Need to spread those bars a little more. See if I could do that with this big screwdriver. GoPro Hero 7 is $250. Not a bad deal. And nothing against the 7. Personally, I would still say if you could swing it, spend the extra $100 on the 9. The 9 has, especially for a beginner, the 9 just takes less effort to use with the stabilization. Accessories, I like the, I bought the kind of clamp that can go anywhere, so it's like a round clamp for the GoPro. I don't know what they call it, but the great thing about it is if you have a round stem, it goes there. That's where I use it on my mountain bike. You could put it on the seat tube. You could put it on, the top tube. You could put it facing backwards on the seat tube. If you're out riding and you want to film yourself coming by, just think of any kind of pole, and they come with a couple different rubber grips so that you can mount them almost anywhere. The one I use more than anything is the mouth one. And I'll send you a link, or I'll put a link. Yeah, because that's not made by GoPro, but Dustin Klein uses it, and when he made his how-to video, it was like a revelation to me. It's one that goes in your mouth, so it puts the GoPro right here, so it gives you the head position. I like it better than the helmet mounts for the simple reason is if you want to show, like, in the last video when Brad's riding, that's what I'm doing. If I'm looking forward, I'm just literally putting it in my mouth, and then I'm pulling it out and showing Brad, and then when I'm done with it, I just hook it on my pocket and fold the GoPro down, and it never goes anywhere. And if I'm wearing a camera bag or any kind of messenger bag, I just clip it on there. To me, it was like a game changer. When I never could figure out how D. Klein was like filming himself with 2 hands on the bars, like going down those crazy descents, and then next thing he's just showing the person next to him. And when he showed that's what he was using, I was like, that is exactly what I need. So to me, that's the number one best accessory, because having just one stagnant angle, I deal with that, like say in the winter, like when I'm riding my mountain bike or stuff like that. But if you're riding with other people, your video is going to be more entertaining if you can move the camera around a little more. I keep thinking I do need to mount one on my helmet just to have it for when I want that perspective, but I've actually never done it. Um, Plus, you can't see what the GoPro is doing when it's on your helmet. You can with the phone app, but that means you have it on your helmet, then you have to hold your phone out. I'm talking too much and struggling to get this in. There we go. Probably should have zoomed in a little for that, huh? Oh, this is not a how-to, and judging by the comments, no one thinks I should be doing it this way anyways. Do I have it on there? Yeah. Oh, some advice that Summit Perry gave me that I didn't listen to enough, and that Otis also told me, was I should have pointed the levers down more, so when I'm riding comfortably I could have one fingered them. So I'm gonna, and now I've already wrapped them with cloth and shellacked them, but I'm gonna see if I could, once I get this tight, if I can still push them down a little bit. I kind of wanted the bars tilted up a little more anyways, so that'll help, but I do want to see if I could get like just a little bit more angle on there. And you did say that Summit, and you were totally right. And you said that before I had the tape on, and I remember thinking, or I think I said to you, like, oh, I'm gonna, end up dialing this in before I put bar tape on, and then it slipped my mind. I think this is gonna work. It's completely hidden. I got it in there all the way, so. If not, I'll follow the carbon paste advice. I know you guys only see me do this kind of stuff a few times, but I'm impatient, and if I have something that can work, I'd rather just do it that way than wait. As is evidenced by my bar ends made out of the two champagne and wine corks that I happen to have sitting around here, because it turns out these bars are smaller, and even though I have a whole thing full of bar ends, none of them fit these bars. So I ended up spending an evening cutting down corks instead of waiting one day and going to the bike shop. So. I was also going to see if I could raise this stem any. I believe when I put it in, like, that's all it had, and that was the reason that I do want to angle the bars up a little bit. I need to get it on the ground before I could tell what's comfortable, but I'm at least going to check on that. I haven't looked at the chat at all. The grill mount, yep. Oh, I'll bring this over here. I'm going back to the chat. The Insta360, that new tiny one, looks to me like a real pain to operate. Yeah, large Marge has been using the chest mount. Sorry guys, just catching up to with where you're at. Oh, see you, Patrick. Happy St. Patty's Day. Pudgy, don't you? You have to know, right? In Irish, not Irish. What do you call Irish? Anyways, isn't Patty a woman's name? So it has to be Paddy or Patrick. Isn't Patty something you're not supposed to say? I thought I've offended Irish people before, but with that. Yeah, there's a couple. There is a couple open source video editing softwares out there, but like I said, you get $100 off the GoPro by signing up for their service for a year. Right now, who knows what it'd be a year down the road? And now that they just added the editing capabilities, that seems like the way to go. So the YouTube videos I watched, it looks pretty easy to use and intuitive. They're not going to come use for me. Just put this on the ground. I thought Patty's not technically offensive. It's just a woman's name in Irish. I think I might have actually been watching a comedian on TikTok talk about it. One man camera operator. I guess offense. I didn't mean the word. I didn't mean offensive. I just meant wrong. Isn't it considered wrong? I'm obviously not going this high. I just wanted to see if it had a marking for where the minimum distance is. You guys might know this. Where it has the shape changes right here at the top. So is this kind of stem meant to go all the way down to where that is? Because I'm not seeing any other markings. I'm guessing this one's not made to be raised up in any way. If that's a... Sure seems like there's enough though. Just doesn't look very elegant. Two all beef patties. You really wanted to make sure we got that joke, huh, Rick? I mean, I would feel pretty confident in having it up a little higher like this, with how much is it in there, but. Less than rocket science. I had a girlfriend who lived in Ireland during St. Patrick's Day. She said in Dublin, you know, it's taken off more as a, I mean, it's a real Irish holiday, but she said it's taken off more as a tourist thing, and all the locals told her it didn't used to be nearly as celebrated as it was in like Boston and stuff like that. It was more of a, you know, immigrants celebrating their heritage, but you know, it is Ireland's patron saint. It is a real thing, but just like Cinco de Mayo is a real thing. I was in Mexico on the Baja on a Cinco de Mayo, and we're like, there's nothing going on for this, and they're like, they celebrate that in Mexico City and a couple other places a little bit, but yeah, another just Americanized thing. That one's even worse because at least St. Patrick's Day has a history of Irish immigrants in America celebrating it, and now I guess more so. And this is obviously from stuff I've read, so I could be wrong. I mean, I'm right on Cinco de Mayo because I was literally in Mexico, but and I did it. Like I said, had a girlfriend who was in Ireland for St. Patrick's Day, and she said they in the cities they do celebrate it now. I don't think in Ireland you need a get wasted holiday, right? Isn't every day a get wasted day in Ireland? You know what I finally remember now though is not to drink Guinness because it is disgusting. I always offend someone every year with that one. Talk about offending people, but man, when we were younger, like Guinness seemed like such a strong drink, and now it is so sweet and light and low alcohol compared to like really good craft beer stouts that exist now. It's so weird to me that that used to seem like such a big, bold beer, and yeah, now I do not like it, and I like stouts. I bought a stout to drink tomorrow morning at 8:30 when I meet Large Marge, but it'll be 1,000 times better than Guinness. Even dry Irish stouts by craft breweries are much better than Guinness. Man, if you like Guinness, you don't really like beer. I'd rather have a PBR. PBR is what it is. Guinness is like triggered. Yeah, I think it was. I think I always had one. Like I stopped drinking them over the years, and then I think I always had one like on the for the first beer on St. Patrick's Day. I'd be like, it's St. Patrick's Day, I'm gonna have one, and then I think 4 or 5 years ago, I remember having that one in the morning and being like, this is not good. Like this isn't good. And like I said, I mean, tastes change. It's like, you can't compare, an original Sierra Nevada to the IPAs we drink right now, right? That is a pretty light, easy drinking beer by the standards of what an pale ale is now, a hazy IPA, a super bitter IPA. It's just, you know, like I said, I remember in high school I thought it was like a heavy, thick beer, and now I'm like, this is light, sweet, and not very good. I'm not offensive when it comes to bike stuff, but when it comes to beer stuff or music stuff, you guys know how this goes. Oh, then watch the people drop out of the chat 25, 24, 18, 10. Rick enjoys a good redhead. I before when I moved here to the studio, I had been dating I mean redhead who was her background was Irish, so she always enjoyed St. Patrick's Day, but she usually had to work if it was a weekday. She would actually drop me off on her way to work sometimes at like the bar, and I'd go out for like the kegs and eggs stuff, and then I would try and make it until she got out of work. But there was a couple years where I know when it fell on the weekends, me and her just like we walked from where we lived in West Akron at the time and stopped at like every bar there was on the way till we got to Highland Square, which is the neighborhood that we would typically hang out in. And I say it wasn't COVID, it was still somewhere I would stop tomorrow to see some of my bartender friends and stuff like that. But she's not even the one who was in Ireland, though. That was a woman I dated before that who was just, I think she was studying abroad. I think she was living with a. Now, she was studying abroad in England, but had gone over to Ireland for a couple of weeks at the end of the semester, or maybe for St. Patrick's Day. I can't. That's all. Too many beers since then to remember all those details. Too many Too many roached clips. See, I would probably like Guinness if it was still a little more bitter. I wonder, you know, people always say the thing, and I have no way to verify it, that Guinness tastes different in Ireland or on draft there. Um, the kegs we get here, the draft we get here, and the cans we get here, I don't like either. I've had both. I've had it in the bottle. I don't like any of it anymore. If what they're serving on tap there, the brewery has an international export versus a local dry Irish stout, a true dry Irish stout, obviously can't speak to any kind of experience on that. Oh, hey, what's up, Dirty River? Are you going to meet us for the St. Patty Bridge beer? If you want, you could ride. You could ride with me. I'm going to leave here at about 8 o'clock. Dirty River lives right around the corner from me, so. Did anyone have any advice on that stem like I was talking about? How it does have an indentation and there's no line for like the height um, marking? Like, no, it doesn't. Like I said, quill stems usually have a line that says do not, minimum amount that needs to be in the head tube. I can't think of the wording, but you know what I mean. This one doesn't, but there is an indentation where the shape changes. And it seems like it's not supposed to be adjusted up or down, but there's still a decent amount there in the head tube. So I'm not riding this bike tomorrow, so it's not a big concern now, and I could look it up between now and when I ride it next. I have rode it a lot, ridden it a decent amount. I got that pannier bag from Aaron and hung it on the back and did some. I had some shooting to do the other day and some stuff to pick up, some guitar pedals from Earthquaker Devices to photograph, and some coffee bags from Akron Coffee Roasters. So it was like the perfect single speed ride to go around, be upright, have my pannier bag full of the stuff I needed to get. So yeah, I've been having fun on it, but you don't you get Dirty River, don't you have to you open the shop at 10 in the morning. The reason we're meeting at 8:30 is cuz Large Marge has to be there working for you. Oh, you mean 12:01 tonight? I got it. I got it. I'm slow. I'm slow sometimes. Let me adjust this angle. I can't stand how it's pointing down on my face. Get my PBR sign in there, anyways. Yeah, we're meeting at the bridge at 8:30. I asked Kenny too from Missing Falls since we'll hit up his spot, but he's actually on. He said he's got daddy daycare tomorrow, so.
Dirty River Bicycle Works became a member.
Thanks, Dirty River. I appreciate that. Yeah, I won't have you on the big board tonight, but I'll have you on the members videos going forward. So, and then need to have you on the live chat again too. Sorry, the have you on live. So yeah, Thursday's going to be Brad. He's one of the newer members as well. Brad was in the background last week, not the Brad who was on up from Columbus, but the other Brad that we ride with. He's going to come over, finally help me get my computer project that I've been talking about forever on the road, and start to order all the parts together for that so I could finally have a good computer that runs right. And then he's going to stick around and we'll talk about his bikes and how, because I met him through cycling, stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, Darrow's meeting us. Darrow's meeting us tomorrow, Bobby D. Freaking robot shit. One of us. Yeah. I think that's the first time someone's become a member during the live stream. So the first time I've seen it actually pop up with the graphic and everything. So when the noise kicked on, I assumed it was going to be Dirty River making a ridiculous super chat. But yeah, I'll have to make that initial noise something different. So if I'm doing something and alerting, we're able to know. But oh yeah, look, you got your little industrial gravel logo next to your name already. Grand Subject said, just don't have the stem up too much. They're pretty strong, but can break from standing up with weight riding on them. Yeah, I was. I'm gonna double check before I ride it again how much I have still in the head tube before I would ride with that. And also, this is one of those old kind where it's split twice down the sides. And I know some of those, like the French Pivot ones, are supposed to be not ridden anymore. This is a, you guys always tell me how to pronounce this and I forget, Nitto, Nitto uh, stem. So these have a better reputation. But yeah, I definitely don't want too much exposed. And there should be a feeling there if it feels like it can move or is rocking at all as well. But oh, you got the Panther Club. I saw that, and I was thinking about that, but then I'm like, man, an 8:30 in the morning beer. I'm not sure if I want that Founders Panther Club. So I picked up the Masthead, their coffee stout. I wanted to get beer from a local brewery. Last year I got a, because the only thing last year, you could only pre-order from the local breweries because everything was shut down. I got a crowler from Hi Ho, which, but I didn't want to get a crowler for the first thing in the morning for tomorrow. I wanted to be able to limit my drinking if anyone believes that. But yeah, so then I went online and looked to see who had 4 packs for order tonight, but no one really had any 4 packs, and Hi Ho does, but they weren't open on Tuesday. And a couple of the other breweries aren't open on Tuesday as well around here. So I kind of got, so I went through the ride through as well to pick up my beers. See you later, Roger. Nito in the original French. Isn't Nito, isn't Nito Japanese? Isn't Nito a Japanese company? Nito Handlebar Works. That's all it says on the little bolt on that one. Do I have more of their stuff? See a Summit. Dog's got a piddle. Scrapple Stout. That one that Scrapple Stout. Dogfish Head makes that delicious one. I almost had a friend who was a vegan drink that once. I was just telling the story to someone, and then at the last minute she googled what Scrapple was and was real glad that she didn't. Oh, so are these from? No, Tokyo. Yeah, Nito, Tokyo. But these are actually funny because Grand Rondonier bars. I wonder if I could get the camera to. Well, I'll go to this one. Let's see. Nah, that light, my neon light that is light illuminating me is going to make it impossible to see that embossing, huh? See if I can do it this way. Yeah. Pretty cool engravings, but yeah, hard to get embossing, but hard to get it on there. Nito. Ben rocks the phonics all Japanese AF. Oh, these are the bars. Yes, these are what I had on the Roger Riviere. which were so narrow. And I'm like, the one thing I liked about them is, which is kind of well, I guess that's what makes them randonneur bars, right? They have a bit of a flare, which you don't see as much on you know bars of this era. But so I like that for riding down in the drops, but yeah, they're too narrow for riding a bike that doesn't really have much in the way of hoods because this doesn't have brifters, it just has top tube shifters. So I went to those wider Sinelli bars, but yeah, these would be cool bars for the right bike. That just wasn't for that being more of a I don't know the way I use it. I used it for some touring, like light touring trips, and then if my gravel bike, the Raleigh, is down, Otis will remember I've been riding it is because I've got 38s on it, so I could hit a little bit of the gravel. When we hit those salt flats last year is when I picked up that stick that came around and ripped my Shimano 105 derailleur off the back, and we had to ride it home single speed. Thank God Otis was there. Thank God I hang out with bike mechanics. But what was I talking about before, Anita? Oh yeah, just how high the stem could be on this bike. Yeah, so I went out on the Roger Riviera today because one of the goals was to make sure everything was ready because it's the bike I want to ride tomorrow. I have a rack on it, and it's going to be really cold in the morning and then warmer in the afternoon. So I knew I wanted to shed layers. I wanted to bring a few beers. I want my camera on me. So I figured a bike with a rack and the panniers would be the perfect bike for tomorrow, but also a bike that
Pudgy pedal pusher super chatted $1.99. Blah 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 vintage bike swoop T-dew.
whoop T do. Did I show you guys these bars? I don't know what these should go on either, and they're super cool. Kevin Butler, when he came by to give me those, I bought those Mavic wheels that are on the Look. He just gave me these. These have a super cool, like almost like track bars, but I don't think I have anything. This is more of like the more modern, I think.
Pudgy pedal pusher super chatted $1.99. Blah 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 vintage bike swoop T-dew.
Why did that come back up? No idea. Like track pista bars. Yeah, what is it? What do they say? They are Velocita? Something, it might be. Is that supposed to be a P or is it just ED? EDA Elementi. So that looks Italian. Velocity. Yeah, that looks like an Italian company. It says they're chromo. They're not light. Um, they definitely have weight to them. It's almost like they're reinforced there, but then again, they're chromo. So yeah, I'm sure I won't be able to get it to come out, but I'll at least give it a go anyways. But they would definitely look cool on something, almost to leave like no bar tape on, right? Yeah, I don't know. No, I'll find a use for them eventually. I love that. Look at that deep drop. I mean, just such a cool shape. Almost looks like, or even like road bars when you like see those early tours, how they had that kind of like drop to them. But yeah, I would guess some kind of track bars. But yeah, there's no indentation for cable routing or anything like that too. But who knows how old they are? I, Italian, yeah. Let me throw on the thank the members video, which will be the pedal break, and then we'll do a little. I'll pull up some of the bike photos from last week, and then we'll close it out. How about that's? Oh,
Pudgy Pedal Pusher Super Chatted $1.99. Tiddies and beer, tiddies and beer, tiddies and beer.
is someone celebrating St. Patrick's Day already? Good thing I didn't press play on that video yet. I would have hate to cut that off. Bar tape on the bottom. Yeah, just bar tape the bottom and leave like the nice chromo up top. All right, I'll be right back. We are going to take a quick break here. Let's first thank the members, though. They really do help make this channel better in every way. If you want to add your name to this list, there is a link in the chat right now and also below this video. It is really appreciated. Like I said, it will help make the channel better in every way.
Pudgy Pedal
But you
Pusher
also
Super
do
Chatted
get some special perks.
$1.99.
There are extra
Tiddies and
videos,
beer, tiddies and beer,
more
tiddies and
content,
beer.
discount on swag, and a few other things. Check out the link if you're interested. We do appreciate any support here, though. So if you're just tuning in to watch for a little while, hit the like button. They say it helps out. But yeah, any kind of support, whether you've ever, bought a piece of swag, done a super chat, but even just watching is good enough. I appreciate it. I really have fun doing this, so I'm glad we have a little community here. Also, take this chance again to say join us in the Discord. That's become a really cool thing too. We'll be back in about a minute, but one more time, thanks to the members. Sorry about that. I was trying to get Pudgy's name to pull up on the screen on the app while we were... I can't hear that video, like I said before, which sucks because I love that. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the Tuna Boat song. I thought that was a great... So I'm still trying to fix this real quick. There we go. It's just this slow computer. Yeah, now it's on the screen, right? Yeah, I know. Why is it 2 for 1? Oh, it was doing that. Oh, it was doing that last Thursday. Because remember, but last Thursday, oh, yeah. I just thought Brad was doing it twice. And then remember that, who was the other guy who super chatted right after Brad and did it again? I'm like, I thought that guy had like set a bot up to do it or something. Oh, it's cutting Otis's name off the top too. Let me fix that as well. I guess we've just haven't had names this long on the... I know it erases the chat for a second, but I'd rather have it look right. Cool. Yep, that's fixed. Yeah, why 2 for 1 on the super chats? That's a weird. And it's weird. It must be my software because it's not popping up twice in the chat, just twice in the yeah, as the overlay. But yeah, why not? Double them up. Oh yeah, let's look at the bikes. All right, Edge. So these were I did Summit Perry. Yeah, he took his dog for the tittle break. One beer tonight. I swear to God. But those were his bikes. I think wasn't he saying this is what he rode on the Yeti Squad? I need to come out on. I was thinking of doing Yeti Squad on Sunday. I probably won't come to the hangout part of it, but maybe the ride part. I'd ride mass, but because I haven't met Summit yet, even though we ride all over the same kind. I'm sure we passed each other on the road. And then Obsolescence, who I don't think he was in here tonight.
Pudgy Pedal Pusher Super Chatted $1.99. These nuts got him.
Got him. Hey, what's up, Rusty? How you doing? Yeah, and Obsolescence. I think he was riding Yeti Squad, which is Dirty River's ride on Sunday mornings. And I guess the two were both there, and they didn't realize who was who. So, because they've never met in person, they were saying something about that in the Discord. But wrong one. Yeah, so this is Large Marge went and found some gravel to do his Mid South. Um,
Large Image Super Chatted $2. Banana, 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 banana.
oh, it doesn't know.
Pudgy Pedal Pusher Super Chatted $1.99. These nuts got him.
Got him. I guess it doesn't know how to say Yonda. Oh, that's kind
Large Image Super Chatted $2. Banana, 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 underscore yanda colon underscore yanda colon underscore yanda, banana, banana, banana. Dirty River Bicycle Works Super Chatted $1. Large Image Super Chatted
overloading
$2.
it.
Banana, 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 banana. Pudgy Pedal Pusher Super Chatted $1.99. These nuts got him.
Dirty River got cut off, but you forgot to put a message.
Large Image Super Chatted $2. Banana, 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 underscore yanda colon underscore yanda colon underscore yanda, banana, banana. Dirty River banana. Bicycle Works Super Chatted $1. Dirty River Bicycle Works Super Chatted $1.
It looks like you're getting 3 for 1 now. Four for one?
Dirty River Bicycle Works Super Chatted $1.
Never know what's going to happen on amateur hour over here at the got him. Got him. Let me fix that so that fits on screen now. The longest YouTube name. Changing all my yeah, I think you guys broke it. Yeah, I know. It is. It's basically a website, it's an overlay. Like I could look at it without anything in the background. So it really is just I put in a web address and that's doing that, you know. What you see in the chat is what YouTube does for super chat. Like when we, watch Russ's channel, he doesn't pop up an overlay or anything. So quad squad, yeah. Oh, with Dirty River joining, I'm able to make a couple uh, more emojis now that we have more members. I think I get two more. So maybe we should do like, I think in the Discord we'll do a vote.
Rick Urbanovsky super chatted $2. Banana hash TT whackers. Rick Urbanovsky super chatted $2. Banana hash TT whackers.
I wonder how many he's going to get. We'll give him, we just get the double, we get the triple. I think it has to come from the website, but my computer is it's really slowing down my computer as well. So hard to lose my train of thought. Oh yeah, my train of thought with all this happening. But yeah, so now with Dirty River joining, and when oh yes, Samuli joined, which I haven't seen him in the chat in a while, and then Brad Visker, who will be on Thursday, joined. So we get at least two more emojis in the chats on YouTube. So we should do maybe some kind of voting. Uh,
Rick Urbanovsky super chatted $2. Banana hash TT whackers.
Whackers. I love that. Yeah, whatever we all decide we want to have as the emojis we could use on YouTube, pull them from the Discord. So, and Dirty River, we'll have to. I don't think you're over in the Discord, but I think you would like that. And plus, there's members sections of the Discord, so that you sync with YouTube. In other words, tomorrow at work, have Large Marge show you how to do this stuff because there's no hope. If not, so let me get back to where we were. So, yeah, Large Marge was telling me on his century he found some cool new gravel roads. I think he's out near where we did Road Apple, but so yeah, I definitely want to check out what he found out when we get the chance to go out there and do that. Urbanowski got some coupons for super chatting. Super chatting, I mean. Us Pudgy was out for his ride. Yeah, I love that frame bag. Oh, wow. So is this outside of...
Rusty Shackelford super chatted $2. Pudgy pedal pusher drinks his own pee.
It's going to do it twice, so should I even try and talk? No, Dirty River. Nothing else costs any money. It's just now that you already paid the money, there's things that you get to take advantage of. So just have Large Marge show you at work how to work that.
Rusty Shackelford super chatted $2. Pudgy pedal pusher drinks his own pee.
Super chats, 2 for 1. Get them while they're hot. 3 for 1.
Rusty Shackelford super chatted $2, and that's the bottom line 'cause Stone Cold said so.
Oh, man. Oh, this is Large Marge's beer stop from yesterday. I've used that one as a beer stop. I think that's the Route 8 gravel, right? It's got to be. When I made my really trippy Kent video, I One of my favorite things I did was have the two bikes cross in that location. I want to make more videos like that. See what we're getting.
Rusty Shackleford super chatted $2, and that's the bottom line 'cause Stone Cold said so. Podgy Pedal Pusher super chatted $1.99. Rick is a knob gobbler and Rusty has no peanut sack.
No peanut sack. Oh, Large Marge found a picture of. Is Patty still here? No, he took off, didn't he? Patty. Who's getting the 2-for-1?
Podgy Pedal Pusher super chatted $1.99. Rick is a knob gobbler and Rusty has no peanut sack.
Peanut sack. It's loading. Just give it a second. Too bad I didn't see that earlier when Patrick was still here because we got the picture of the Sam Hilborn, which is now Burrito Breath. I thought Yonda was in here. He might have taken off. Maybe he was mad because I didn't take him up on the carbon paste offer, which I appreciated. I just wanted to try my hack way. So toxic masculinity much. Dirty, I was trying to remember when you set up the Sam Hilborn for Burrito Breath. Did he keep sweet bars like that, or did you put drop bars back on it for him? Yeah, I find it. I'm sure I find it more hilarious than you guys do. Oh, is JMZ push? Is this? I can't remember. He has kids, doesn't he? So those be the little push bikes. What is that? What they call those push bikes? I can't remember. We never had those when I was a kid. You went from a big wheel to your dad or whoever and pushing you down the street and terrifying you. There was no in between like this. Balance bikes, balance bikes. That's what they're called, not push bikes. Hey, what's up, D'Amico? Oh, you put sweep on the rib for. Yeah, me and D'Amico, we have talked on Facebook a couple times about fat bikes. I think the conversation went the wrong way one time where I didn't intend it to, but yeah, you should. Otis is on here, Dirty River's on here, so balance bike. Yeah, you got it. That's what I caught it after a second. But yeah, D'Amico, you should hook up with Dirty River and get something set up. I'm trying to remember what they have in the shop because I've been in there a couple times, but fat bikes aren't my thing, so I don't pay as much attention to what the stock on those have been lately. Bascal Bull Moose Quill. Let me see if I can look that up. Let's spell that. Oh, cool. Yeah, let me pull these up here for you guys. Oh, is that not all on the screen right? Let me. Oops, sliding the wrong thing over. Oh, it is. It's just their image on. The website is cut off. No, it's not. Why am I missing that? Why is half of that cut off on my screen? Why is it doing that? Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, D'Amico. Everybody bikes are still. They said, I think Dirty River and Large Marge. Well, they're the two different people, same bike shop, but were telling me some of the stuff you guys ordered is not coming in till 2023 or something like that. Or but I know some definitely some stuff you guys said you ordered and they said fall of 2021 and all that. So Black Sheep Bikes make something similar. Yeah, those are cool looking. There was a couple pictures of just the bars too. Whoops, that's just a moose. That's, oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, because Rivendell, there it would be a normal. They take quill stems and not fancy. All right, there's still a couple people chatting. I'll get one more beer. I promised myself one, but I'm not driving. Uh, I don't have the pedal brake, but the beers are down here anyways. Whoop, I'm back. Moose.
Rick Urbanovsky super chatted $2. More moose photos, please.
Hey, if you're paying for the moose, you'll get the moose.
Rick Urbanovsky super chatted $2. More moose photos, please.
I typed in moose and Google corrected it to Moosecraft, which is a version of Minecraft apparently. But who knew? All right. That's a good moose photo. Moose in action, getting all in there doing the water thing. Ooh, a moose at what do you think? That's sunrise or sunset, Rick? Ah, moose chomping, honking on some foliage. Uh, Dirty River after a couple.
Pudgy Pedal Pusher super chatted $1.99. More moose knuckles, please.
Yeah, all right, he's paying. We get the moose. You pay. Um,
Rick Urbanovsky super chatted $2. More moose photos, please.
wow, this thing is haywire. Let's see what. All right, here is our the moose knuckle photos. So moose sleep late. are moose known to be?
Pudgy Pedal Pusher super chatted $1.99. More moose knuckles, please.
Where's your moose knuckles, man? Moose sleep late. I think the only time I ever saw moose is when I was in, uh, was that Estes National Park in Colorado? Oh, I was going to pull up a picture of the bike that Otis was just telling D'Amico about. Um,
Pudgy Pedal Pusher Super Chatted $1.99. More moves Knuckles, please.
Let me see. Velo Orange Piolet. Piolet. Then we decide it's Piolet. Like toilette. Or is it Poilette? Poilette? Wow, we are learning a lot tonight. Poilette. If it's like toilette, that would make sense. What color is the one you guys have in, Otis? So I could show the right bike. I know I know Large Marge showed it to me when I was in there, but was that the sparkly one? Room with a Moose by Invader. Rick says he feels like he's in Rocky Mountain National Park, Rusty. You're right. We were Rocky Mountain. Yeah, that's where we were. We were at that 12,000 foot peak up there. But oh yeah, that's nice. Let's see. Get this up here. Ah, the blue. This is I don't unless it's just the sun. That looks like a purple one. Let's see what we got. Oh no, the blue's the new one, huh? It's coming up. Is it that one? Oh, I like that with that Brook saddle. That's not a Brook saddle that most people would put on that bike, though. That's for sure. I just like the look of it, but that's like a swallow. Why would they even put that on there? Meese, yeah. 12,000 foot peaky blinder. Yep, 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 yep. Oh, that's right. The town is Estes Park. You go right through there. I was there when I think I told you guys all this, but yeah, me and my friend Brad drove. Brad, who was yeah, we talked about it. That's right on the stream on Thursday. We drove straight out to Las Vegas and then worked our way back. Yeah, D'Amico, what are you trying? Because if you're not trying to ride on sand or snow, something like this with just really wide tires but not fat tires would probably be a better option. But Dirty River knows this world way more than I do because, like I said, besides my vintage mountain bike, I don't have any bikes with real fat tires. So, yeah, you should go in. What you need to do, D'Amico, is go in and ride a couple things. And there's some gravel, like thicker, chunky gravel right outside of the shop that you could see if that's the kind of terrain that would be, if that's like the gnarliest you want to ride, then you'd be able to get a feel for what what you actually like. Yeah, Karate Monkeys, you guys have, how big of tire does the Midnight Special fit? Because you guys have a couple Midnight Specials in there too, don't you? That red one, which I'm in love with. But those don't have the clearance like these bikes do they? But I just really like that red Midnight Special that's in there right now. I think is sweet. Whoops. Less than rocket science suggested an airplane. Good idea. 3 inches. I think, man, I got to think with 3 inch tire, you would, D'Amico, you would be happy with that. Especially like you said, if you're not trying to ride in snow or sand or super gnarly terrain. God, even 3 inches is enough for like the mountain bike trails around here, right? Definitely for Hampton. I mean, I could ride Hampton on dry weather on my gravel bike. What did Pudgy say? Yeah, I have a hard time keeping up with Surly and All Cities names. I'm not keeping up. They always stay the same. I can't. I need to be looking at the bikes. Like I know the Midnight Special is kind of because Erin was looking at that before she ended up getting her crust. Flat Bar Gorilla Monsoon. Yeah, there was something I wanted to pull up. Uh, there was a photo I wanted to pull up when we were talking about all this. Oh, I was going to see if I had a photo of me and Brad from last week. I probably already looked for it last week, right? Like, who remembers? I was like basically blackout drunk again with all those double IPAs those guys brought over. Yeah, the best thing, I mean, no matter what you want, and if you, there's nothing wrong with still wanting a fat bike. I mean, if that's what you want, that's what you should get. But going in and uh, test riding stuff just to see what you think, ride the different things that they do have. If something suits you, awesome. If not, yeah, hold out for what you really want. Bikes are in short supply, but it doesn't mean you can't get them. I mean, so yeah, and D'Amico, because I know him in person, is a bigger dude, but we have I just we have some bigger friends who ride too, and they've Dirty fits them to the right bikes. So if you're looking at Dirty Rivers website, I mean they'll chime in and answer that question if that's what you're asking, because there's two of them in here that work there. But I believe the prices on the website are accurate, but I also know that if you go into the shop, they are willing to switch stuff around to make you more comfortable. So if there's something different you need, the prices might go up or down to reflect what your needs are. I don't want to get ahead of myself by over trying to talk about what they do, but just from me going in to get whatever I'm getting and hearing them talk to people, I know they're willing to customize bikes to a level. So I know that can be reflected in the price up or down. Uh, oh yeah, check Dirty River site because they do list. I think you guys keep it. Large Marge keeps it pretty current, right, to what you guys actually have in there because I know you sell some of the bikes online, and I know Aaron checks the Dirty River site for stock. Yeah, semi custom all day. Yeah, I just don't know if your website, if you guys, because I, to be honest, don't go that often. I don't know if it reflects the, if you're just putting the manufacturer's price up there or you're putting what you guys are getting for them in the iteration customization that you've already done to the different bikes. So, You have to pay to show those bananas now. Oh, you know what? I was looking on Flickr to see if I could find the photos from when I was in Rocky Mountain National Park. I was there so long ago; those photos are on film. I still shoot film now, but I mean those are before digital was an option. So an old Minolta. So oh, you threw up some photos from yeah. I'll grab those. Oh, well, I'm here. I was looking at Rusty's drink photo, which description is crazy. Oh, fix this bike. Okay, gotcha. Like I said, trying to do this on the laptop is so much harder than upstairs with my double monitor setup where I don't have to close and reopen a bunch of different windows. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's. Here, let me pull this up. Oh, let me make it full screen first, then I'll pull it up. This is worth So this is D'Amico's trip to Vulture's Knob. Otis did that to a fork once, Dirty River. Did you just hit something solid, or did you already say what happened and I wasn't reading it? 2% discount if you tell them Large Mart sent you. And then I get a discount going forward or going backwards. I've never been out to Vulture's Knob. I know a bunch of people we all, Dirty River, Large Margin, ride with have been out there. You've been out there too, Dirty River, haven't you? Oh, that's a Gary Fisher, huh? Foot Jam. Yeah, when Dirty River did it, they put their. Have you ever ridden Moose's Knob? When Dirty River did it, he decided, we've told this story before, that he was going to clean off his tire with his foot after many, many adult beverages and dancing on the bar to the Pee Wee Herman song, and then climbing up out of the craziest climb out of the valley, old Honeywell. Like I said, I know we've told this story, but decided to put his foot on the tire to clean it off, and it went into the fork, and the fork went backwards just like that. Hey, what's up, Lanky? How you doing? Oh, you separated your shoulder too. Oh, D'Amico says he didn't make a turnaround and hit some sort of mound. Crazy. Because that bike is, those are steel, right? That's not even that's a steel bike. Weren't those Gary Fishers? You tell me to stop talking? You're delayed, so you're telling me to stop talking, telling your story. I think the other thing that happened that night is I went to get my car to go pick up Dirty River because we're real close to my house there. And so I forgot to stop my Strava. And on Wednesday nights, Erin always would, when she woke up in the morning or if she woke up in the middle of the night, check my Strava to make sure I was home safe because Wednesday nights tend to get a little wild sometimes and made her nervous. And since I went to pick up Otis, I never stopped my Strava. And so by the time I dropped him off, I went to bed. She saw my ride didn't end, or she saw it kind of like just paused or stopped somewhere, wherever that little wreck happened, the overlook at Cascade. and was freaked out all morning until I woke up and she heard from me. So Gary Fisher made steel and alloy. Okay, yeah, steel bike. I'm oversharing. This is one beer worth of oversharing. You haven't been here some of the other nights. We really get into it. Tears are shed. You know, this is mild. This is a safe space, Otis. This is where we tell all the secrets, all the disasters that have befallen all of us out there on the road. Rick's a downer. How can anyone? Well, I know you guys are saying that as in jest because I think that was entirely my. I was entirely the downer, but I know you're joking. But I have a hard time still even joking about that. I know even the conversations we have in the Discord and everything, but yeah. I do like the new channel having the fix. That was a good idea, Rick. To fix this bike channel to totally pivot and change the subject, but I think that could be a good section for here because the problem on bigger bike forums and why I really enjoy the Discord we have going is I feel like the advice we're getting is good because in a big group it just comes at you from so many angles and people get offended and then it moves too fast. We're here, there's time for discussion when we talk about bags or bike stuff. So I think like it just having a smaller group so far keeps a more level-headed discussion in my opinion and just a couple different opinions or if there's things where everyone doesn't quite agree on it's not coming from so many different angles. You ask a question in a big Facebook group and it's like someone's like all that advice is wrong and a lot of it sometimes is like in my Steel's Real group there's like 20,000 people in there and it's just when I try and find out something about Italian threaded versus French threaded, like I have to read through 40 comments before I find the people who are like, you could tell know what they're talking about. And everyone feels like they need to chime in all the time. Just my opinion, but I think it's been a valuable thing. And I think that's why I like the idea to have a fix it, help me fix this, because the advice will be coming from a few people and sharing links and not overboard, overwhelming. Yeah, Rusty, we just dropped that in today. Thanks to Miko. Rick said he's a human quaalude. Yeah, what did we name the repair channel? I mean, and by we, I mean I named it, but I think I called it, yeah, Fix This Bike. Yeah, Fix This Bike. So, yeah, we just popped. Rusty said he hasn't seen it. I think it was just today, right? We just added that one today. So, yeah, I already had a couple things too that I just wanted to, I know I wanted to put in there to get the general consensus of the group we have. Because, like I said, I think we all, like a lot of us are trying to learn more. And then there's also, I feel like Dylan has really, really good, solid advice, and Summit Perry and a few others that know what they're talking about. Obviously, Large Marge works at a bike shop. That's why it'd be great to have you in there, Dirty. Yonda's in there with advice sometimes. So, like I said, I think I have you know, Pudgy was making fun of a handle on a lot of the vintage stuff, the modern stuff. I love learning as much as I can. I'm always asking Otis and Large Marge questions about it, but just riding along is what a mechanic would call it. Block Yonda from it. Yonda's more civil than you would think, Dirty River. Oh, I missed Lanky's comment. FU tubes are better. No, man. FU tubeless is better. FU all. Run wooden tires. Yeah, that's funny. What's this thingy do? Yeah, one of the things I was thinking about today is when I was taking out the Riviera, I haven't ridden the Riviera since late last summer, early fall, whatever. We went out to Large Marge's parents' property. They have a big old farm with woods that we camped on. We got caught in a rainstorm, so I went through mud and we were in some Lake of the Towpath gravel, and I kind of forgot to get back to it, but I know I wiped it down real quick. But that bike has a Brooks saddle. I remember, after that I did reproof it, but then it was sitting all winter, and it's one of the things. If you look up like leather saddle care, it's like just as bad as people debating like tubes versus tubeless, or one of these things that people get really heated about, and it's hard to get like good advice on. So I'm like, so if it's just been sitting, it's hot all winter with the radiators running hot and dry. So I was wondering, like, so since it's just been sitting all winter and hasn't been ridden, even though I did proof-eyed it, does it need to be proof-eyed again? And I know a lot of us ride Brooks, so I'd just be interested on what people's opinions on that, like something like that, are. So RJ, the bike guy, should be a moderator. Yonda's nemesis. Yeah. Yeah, no, Dirty River. Yonda on a repair form. I understand, but I think he's I think Yonda's a little more civil because there's faces attached to the names with our Discord since it's a little smaller. Cast iron pan cleaning. Yeah, I'm sure it's the same kind of. I could imagine. Yeah. The leather saddle thing is like that. You're just trying to get some simple advice, and it's like you get those people who are like, I've ridden a leather saddle for 5,000 miles across the country. I never proof-eyed it. I leave it out in the rain. I never have any problems. And it's like bullshit. Like, I know that's out the window. And then there's the other people who are like, every ride I proof-eyed it, which I know is over the top. Aaron actually has a friend who does that. Um, you know, so if I go electronic shifting, do I need an IT guy in addition to a bike mechanic? Rusty. Like he doesn't know anything. I saw his road bike video, and he was using a total non-aero feed bag, obviously full of it. dirty, dirty river. I know what you responded to with the when has that stopped him? Yeah, yeah. I've watched Yonda become a total gentleman though. When your customers come in with questions, and he knows when to tone it down. I was watching Yonda teach that when I was walking out the door last time I was in, how to teaching that kid how to clean his mountain bike, his full suspension mountain bike, and he was being calm and collected as can be. Thank you. I still need to catch your last one, but I think that was a snowboarding one I haven't watched yet. The last snowboarding of the season. That's the one I'm behind on. Jones bikes are Yonda's favorite. He was going off again on those when I was in there with the bars, I think. Or it was after we had that conversation on here. I think I had stopped in the shop the day or two after that. So D'Amico's in a zero turn mower group. Yeah. GCN pubes versus no pubes, which is faster? I'm sure whatever they do, if they shave their pubes, they'll skew the results so those are faster. I watch them do like some of those tests where they just like they ride down gravel on like 23s versus like 42s, and the 23s somehow win. I'm like, that goes against all known science. Like, it's like they will their road bikes to be faster no matter what. I swear to God, man. I'm reading Dirty River Let Me Borrow Jan Hines' book, The All Road Bike Revolution, which is so well researched and so interesting. And some of it even feels like sometimes like I have to stop and think, and it goes a little over my head. But yeah, it amazes me how GCN could make, no matter what, the $10,000 road bike always wins on any terrain. You know, I love GC. I love Dan Lloyd for the pro racing stuff, and like, this is a guy who had the KOM at the end of Strada by beyond God, beer and a half, and I can't talk. Strada, I didn't sleep well last night. Bianchi until Loud Fan Art beat it. So it's like I love his analysis. I love listening to him commentate on road races. So I really like GCN for that kind of stuff. But the rest of their stuff, I just feel it's a little salesy. I mean, they're sponsored by Pinarelli and what's the clothing brand, Castelli, and all that stuff. And they're a business. Their job is to sell some of that stuff. So I like them for the racing side of things way more than their advice, because their advice, they're fast riders. Their advice might make sense for some of them, but for the general public, it doesn't. The GCN show is great. They do a lot of bicycle advocacy. They talk a lot about commuter stuff. But when it comes to their, like, when they just try and talk science about road bikes, I think they're usually wrong. Bicycle pubes on Instagram. No, I've seen it, but I actually have forgot to follow it. By a canyon. My friend Kyle bought a canyon. It's really nice. He got their endurance road bike. It is Vanderpool. Vanderpool rides Canyon, right? Isn't that who sponsors Alpecin Phoenix? Bicycle pubes hate you, Pudgy. Yeah, GCN Plus. I actually like. I, I've one for the. I love the race coverage. I've only watched two of the documentaries so far. Um, I'll end up watching more, but with the deal they had going on was $25. Now it's $50, but for a year, and all the documentaries they have on there so far is, I mean, it's still worth the $50. But I've been watching the race coverage of Terreno Adriatico all week, and it's been fantastic. And Daniel Lloyd is one of the commentators. He's commentating along with the regular Eurosport guy that I used to watch on. I used to bootleg the feeds from shady internet sites. But yeah, for $25, it's been great. So I'm not surprised that the local bike shop, the LBS, thinks Canyon sucks. Oh, Pudgy says he trolls for a living but doesn't like to be trolled back. Yeah, the like what my mom would call, what is that? The pot calling the kettle black. Is that the expression? Yeah, or you dish it out but you can't take it. That's a negative. That's a very negative thing. If you if you want to talk smack, you got to be able to take smack, right? Yeah, Lanky does not own a Canon video. I come on. Canon's business model may not be good, but are they different than any of the other big brands? I doubt it. I mean, Carl's bike is sweet. I mean, I've seen it in person. I didn't ride it around because it's clipless. But you out, D'Amico? Thanks for stopping by. Um, I hope we offered something of value to you on the bike talk. Hope to see you in real IRL after this is all over at some point. I love watching the pictures of your daughter on Instagram. It's so cute. I hope that didn't sound weird. He's a friend. He has a family. you know? you know what you were just saying, Rick, about the pot calling the kettle black thing. It's funny now how people like have disassociated, like some of the stuff that's because all those things were black. That's not a black person or a black skinned analogy. It's not like the end toes thing talking about what are the nuts. I mean, that's a racist. That's a racist expression that needs to go away, right? Pot calling the kettle black is not. That means because they were both black. So calling another thing black when you're both black and it's not about skin color, that's a little oversensitive in my opinion. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a connotation there I'm not aware of, but I could be corrected. But I think it's about two kinds of metal things that were black metal, right? Oh, nice, D'Amico. You got your vaccine appointment on Saturday. Yeah, I think we are all eligible over 16. They announced today on March 29th, I believe, if you have no preconditions, like none of the medical conditions in Ohio, we are all able to get vaccinated or at least start to sign up for them on March 29th, however that works. Yeah, I mean, if it makes, you know, I hate the thing of being over PC, but if it annoys people and it's something I need to drop from my vocabulary, I'm fine doing it. Just like, you know, however people are interpreting something, people don't remember that anything about pots and kettles. So if they're going to associate it with black skin, then maybe it's worth not saying anymore. Just I don't need to like. It's my right to say this expression because the historical thing is not racist. Even though that's what I was kind of saying. I can drop it if it's not that big of a deal. So, oh, they went on Friday. They went 40 plus. I didn't see that. Um, I I actually I actually was only reading the tweets from the news as stuff was happening, and I haven't had the time today to go back and look look at all of it because I wanted to get a ride, and it was a work ride because, like I said, I picked up some more coffee bags today from Akron Coffee Roasters to go and photograph, and took a couple photos of my Riviera while I was out there. And then when I got back, I had gotten some emails about some video projects I was working on, so I was hammering those out before I got the stream set up. So, yeah, I did not have time to read the actual articles. So, oh, really, Rusty? You didn't have any of the side effects? My parents got Moderna, but granted, they're a lot older than you. My mom only had soreness, and what did my dad say? Felt a little lethargic, but then I think Brad, who will be on Thursday, I'm trying to think if he got Moderna because he was saying he had to leave work the next day after it. He went home and was sick for a day, not throwing up, not feverish, but just completely fatigued. I've heard a lot of people being just really fatigued for one day. Moose vaccines are big. Yeah, isn't that what we called them when we were kids? Didn't we? Was that moose pills when you got a pill that was really big? Am I making that up because you guys have said moose so many times tonight? Yeah, I hate. I think we've talked about this on here too, but and I've talked about it in person. But I hate needles. I hate it. Even like thinking now, like when I'm eligible, I'm signing up the second I'm eligible. I'm getting the shot as soon as I'm eligible. But I will be from the second I'm signed up, and I know when that date is. In the back of my mind, it's always something I'm going to be nervous about. Hate it. And I was at a portrait shoot, and the people I was working for were friends, and we were kind of talking about it, and a couple had just got it, and one of the other guys who ran the organization hadn't gotten his yet and was about to, and he was talking about how nervous it was, and like the woman was kind of making fun of us, like, and I said it's like someone who's afraid of heights. Even if you're on the Empire State Building, you know it's not going to fall over. You can't change it. You're afraid of heights. It's baked into your personality for some stupid reason, and that's how I am with noodles. I needles. I know noodles. I know it's irrational. I know it's going to be a minute of nothing. It doesn't even hurt that bad. It never hurts that bad. It grosses me out. I overthink about it. I picture the needle going into the skin, going into my tissue, the liquid pumping into my arm. It grosses me out. I almost fainted after my TB test at Kent State when I was in college. I didn't. I'm not a college graduate. I went for 1 year, but yeah, I hate them. I hate it. It grosses me out so bad. But I will get it the second I can get it for sure, and whichever vaccine it is too. I don't care what vaccine it is. I've been so careful, and that's not the most careful. Not doesn't sound like nearly as careful as Dylan's been living his life because we did ride in groups last summer. We stayed outside most of the time and stuff like that. But especially this winter, and so I haven't gotten sick. I'm not trying to get sick tomorrow, even though I'm going to try and go and do a couple things outside. But moose pills and horse pills, yeah, Pudgy, horse pills. That's what we call them, not moose pills. Got a mild headache and was tired, but lots of people said it knocked them on their ass. Yeah, had some. the moose, the Moosaderna shot. maybe the next emoji on YouTube needs to be a moose head. I didn't know we were all gonna like talking about mooses so much. All right, Dirty. Should I stop by your house at 8 a.m. to pick you up for the ride out to the bridge for the morning beer? Text me, or as kids would say. I don't know, have you guys seen the TikToks where they say like they tell kids like how we symbolize a phone call and we all do this, and now kids actually do this? Yeah, so Pudgy, I guess you have to, according to what Lanky said, you'll have to wait a little, because aren't you under 40? Yeah, sorry, itchy nose. All right, guys. Well, yeah, Dirty signing off. I'm going to sign off. Like I said, I was going to do an hour. We've already done over two, and I am getting up at 7:30. Not to blow past Pudgy's comment. We had already had a chat about this, and it doesn't make it any less. I'm just, yeah, I don't have the shock value of it, but yeah. Oh yeah, 39 on Thursday. Yeah, yeah. My parents have had two friends, but and three acquaintances die of it already. I mean, hey, what's up, Terry? Hanging out down in the workspace. Was actually doing some work on my little single speed bike earlier, and now we were just chatting mostly about vaccines and moose. The conversation had taken a right turn, so yeah, I was just about to sign off because I'm getting up to meet a couple of the bike guys. We're going for a morning ride and a morning St. Patrick's toast outside at the what I've called the COVID bridge that we hang out at, our abandoned train bridge that we like to sit at and have beers since we won't sit inside bars, and for a long time you weren't even allowed to. So Yeah, miss some festive super chats. That's for sure. So yeah, Pudgy's birthday's on Thursday, so I guess we'll have to. Pudgy will have to send us some photos in the Discord, some real Pudgy photos, not just the one from years ago of him falling down on the half pipe. Yearly morning routine. Yep. We were talking about Terry's. We were sharing it in our Discord over here with because I think it was what were they? We were oh, I was talking about we were talking about the Affinity video you made, and then the ones who hadn't seen it, I shared your 360. Did you do that one in 360? When you were no, just the one where you're telling the story with I'm I told everyone I'm tired. Names are failing, but your whole crazy story about that day with is it Jason from Affinity? Why is it drawn a blank? But that whole crazy day where you guys like his car broke down and then he got the flat tire and riding all the way back into Manhattan, that was nuts. Yeah. But those 360 streams, I think I'm thinking combining two things now. Oh yeah, the 360 one was the new titanium Thompson bike. Those streams are so cool. And I also love, like I said, that day when you were doing that one, I was actually watching on my computer. So I was just panning around with the mouse. But the Fire TV lets me use my remote. So even if I'm sitting on the couch watching it on my TV, I could pan around. So, yeah, Jason. So I had the right name. Yeah. So Terry's been doing these. Yeah, check it out. Go back and watch this one. 360 live streams. This is after they were telling that crazy story. But yeah, in 360. But then they inlay close-ups of either their faces or what they're working on. So as you pan around the room, there's two like it's almost like big screen TVs, and then you could zoom in on those if you just want to see like, well, Jason was working on putting together the Thompson titanium. It was a titanium gravel bike, right? Yeah, there was a mountain bike and a gravel bike. But yeah, just super cool, just like the coolest thing. Yeah, it's weird because your resolution on the as you pan around in the 3D space is a little low, but then those inlaid screens, the resolution on those didn't look low, which I'm like, as a videographer and photographer, my brain and someone who posts to YouTube and live stream from just my laptop down the basement tonight and then do it up from upstairs with two monitors on a more powerful computer was trying to understand how that could be a thing. So when Jason was working on the bikes on the stand, and if I zoomed in on that screen, the resolution looked really decent. But yeah, panning around the room, it was lower resolution. I'm like, that's just a crazy. I cannot put that together in my head how that all works. But oh, Rusty. Oh yeah, that's right, Rusty. You're in Arizona, so yeah, we have the yeah. It's 11:20. So do you guys? So are we on the same time now, Rusty? And we were on the same time before our time change, and now we're not. I can't remember how that works. It's been so long since I've traveled west. I can't remember what the time difference is in different places. Yeah, I would link that, pull up that stream in the background to show it, but this laptop won't show internet video for some reason. It's just failing older computer. Oh, it's only 8:20 in Arizona. Wow. Okay, the tracking cams were solid. It was the 360 cam that needed some tweaks. Hopefully, it'll be good for Friday. Yeah, Terry. Hopefully, we do make it out that way. Make it out to New York. Me and Large Marge, who's in here, are talking about it, and my girlfriend Erin, and then our other friend Brad. So, oh, so Rusty said the stream started at 7 your time, and now there's 6. Huh. So that explains why you jump in later a lot of the times, or even when you were out there camping, Rusty, that you were like showing those photos. So that's the, Terry said it's the Insta 360 Pro. So for those of you guys who haven't watched his streams, or when he's done them, the Insta 360 Pro, let me get that in my head actually. Okay, that's the other one, the GoPro competitor. Yeah, so he's explaining this in the stream. They have a friend, what is his name was, I can't remember, David, who actually designed software to do this. It's not even something that's available on the market, I believe, from what you guys have been saying. So it's really, really cool. Just a totally unique way to do it. But I know there's a couple people who have talked about with what other app they use to watch YouTube. It doesn't quite work out right. But for me, on the PC, on the phone, and on the Fire TV, any way I watch it, it's really cool. With the phone, I think it pans as you move it, or then you could just touch a screen. So on the computer, you could just pan around with the mouse. But it's almost coolest on the TV just to sit there and use the Fire remote, because my TV is a Fire TV, to just pan around with that, whatever it is, the Fire Stick, thing. Yeah, I was also going back, Terry, to your videos where you did the whatever that trail is, where that mirrors what the old aqueduct that ran into New York City is, because that looked like a better ride than the way the New York Empire Trail would bring you in, because that looked like it kind of went more away from the water. I've been researching it a little bit, so I'd kind of rather go that one route that I've watched you guys ride up there when you take the train home. But oh yeah, I'll find that. I'll grab that link to that 360 so we're not just talking about it. I could actually show it. Like I said, I just can't. Yeah, I can't play it in the background, but that'd probably be illegal anyways, wouldn't it? I don't know. I know when we pulled up Pixel Wolf stream, he said, "Thank you, not allowed to do that." Oh, come on. I use a different browser for what I show you guys in the background on this, so it doesn't have all my stuff saved. There we go. Oh yes, I think it. Yeah, I think that is it. The OCA. I want to. That seemed like that would be a cool way to come down once we got closer. Because there was a camp spot. There's a peninsula in the Hudson that I thought could be the last stop if we started in Buffalo, rode out to Albany, and then started coming south and followed the Empire Trail. There is one peninsula that sticks out in the Hudson that was like, I think, 40 miles from the tip of Manhattan, where I was thinking we could camp. But then I would like to, yeah, go jump onto that. Only if you can claim it. Yeah. Yep. Oh, there it is. Do you have the live streams on the homepage now to share? I thought you started, because they used to be unlisted, right? I use the browser with all the porn sites in my cache. Yeah. Oh, there it is. I got it. Okay, I got the link now. Sorry, I'm like I said, trying to do this from a laptop is hardly ideal. So that's 50, 60 miles from New York. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so we've been debating our summer trip, like the one we've done long bike camping the last 2 years. We've done from here, where I live in Akron and Cuyahoga Falls, down to Cincinnati. And I like the idea of doing the New York trip because I would love to be like out bike packing for like 4 or 5 days and then ride into New York City. I think that's amazing. And I think, weren't you out by that little red lighthouse? Was that on your Twitch stream or whenever you're out there the other day? But I rode that trail last time I was in New York, where you just go all the way up along the Hudson, past Hudson Yards, right into the Bronx, under the George Washington Bridge and all that. I just thought that would be such a cool way to end a trip, is riding in and staying in New York City. And then your Terry's last video, which was a bunch of just kind of, I think, footage from your iPhone and stuff like that, from just riding around New York, just watching all the footage of New York City. I just love New York, and every time I go there, I love it as a photographer. Or just it's just nonstop, stuff that you want to take pictures of. But I could just wander down any street, and I would love to. It'd be so cool just to, for me, even to live there for a couple months and just ride my bike around and explore everywhere. And I had a friend who did a internship there. He was the drummer in my band for years, but he was one of the first people I knew who was into like fixed gear, track bikes, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, he worked for a fashion photographer out there, and he said when he lived there, he would like get on the subway, just whichever one happened to be coming by, ride it for a while, get off at a random stop, and just walk around. And I'm like, that's like something I would do, you know? So, West Side Highway, yeah. All right, dudes. Well, there you go. It's awesome you stopped by. Yeah, I'm glad you're doing the live stream on Friday again. So, yeah, like I said, I'll be back on Thursday with my friend Brad. We'll talk about his bikes and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm getting up early tomorrow, having that St. Patrick's Day beer with some friends out on the bike trails. So I'm going to sign off for now. Um, I'll see you guys all in the Discord. Terry, I'll see you on the chat on your live stream on Friday. Everyone have a good night.
Okay,
All right.
bye. Cause
Yeah.
this is not a
Fitzwater photo. to take a quick break here. Let's first thank the members, though. They really do help make this channel better in every way. If you want to add your name to this list, there is a link in the chat right now and also below this video. It is really appreciated. Like I said, it will help make the channel better in every way, but you also do get some special perks. There are extra videos, more content, discount on swag, and a few other things. Check out the link if you're interested. We do appreciate any support here, though, so if you're just tuning in to watch for a little while, hit the like button. They say it helps out. But yeah, any kind of support, whether you've ever, bought a piece of swag, done a super chat, but even just watching is good enough. I appreciate it. I really have fun doing this, so I'm glad we have a little community here. Also, take this chance again to say join us in the Discord. That's become a really cool thing, too. We'll be back in about a minute, but one more time, thanks to the members.
Tuna boat. Give me tuna boat.